TW extension, or are you actually in the North Cave Village apartments now?
Well, I can tell you it's been a very, very dangerous and extremely fast pursuit. They've been chasing that van right there. Now,
It's exactly what he's doing. Are you Googling the laws right now?
Henderson Police Department's SWAT team responded to the scene and set up a perimeter around the condominium.
I travel in and out of time zones.
And the 3 key rules for a criminal defense lawyer: always on time, impeccably dressed, and occasionally sober.
The yellow sports car up ahead won't stop. Then something happens you might expect in a Spider-Man movie. It wraps around the top. Stop all forward motion.
Objection, asked and answered.
I mean, he leaps over the fucking bench.
No, the thing is, that's my property. You have no choice.
Actually, I do, because I found friggin' Xanax bars on your driver's seat. If you want to explain something, explain those.
Cops get very frustrated when you don't answer their questions.
No.
Right, step back forward.
He's gonna go straight. There's a car right here. Got him.
All right, I'm going to excuse everyone. Mr. Brooks is being removed from the courtroom.
This is fucking hilarious. So he pulls out a joint in court.
Go, 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 go.
Turn on your stomach! Stop fighting us! Stop resisting!
The injury by the police, that may be a separate issue for you to file a civil suit.
Chris, just while he's doing that, talk to me. What were you running for again?
Warrant.
Warrants? A felony warrant? City warrants what?
Felony warrant on Kansas.
Well, I'm pretty sure they ran you, and you don't have any warrants.
I don't. No warrants.
No. So all that for nothing, right? No warrants, no nothing.
Yeah.
Police! A little farther back. A little more. Okay, go.
Not finna sit here and let you fix the trial because you don't want to tell the truth to the jury.
We're there, guys. Got eyes on.
I want to suck it. Yes, I think I would like to suck your dick. I don't think so.
I prefer not to.
I prefer not to, sir. See, that I love that.
So do you wish to say anything?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
God, I love Bruce Rivers. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're back. We're back. We're back. Welcome in, welcome in. How are we? I hope we are all safe and well. And I hear there is a tornado warning up near Indiana. Is that correct? I hope you're all safe up there. I do believe that's where alternate juror is. So I hope everyone is safe. Welcome. Today, just going to be a fairly quick stream this evening, just to update you a little bit more on the Karen Reid trial and the ongoing saga, basically. Yesterday, what did we do yesterday? I've slept since then. I can't even remember what we did yesterday. But anyway, today we have an update on Judge Bev. Bev Canoni has done an order for impounding the jurors' names for protection. We also have an update on Kevin Albert, and Colin Albert decides to make an apology at the Canton Select Board meeting. So we'll get to those. But what I would like to present first is, where are they? All right, so we have the actual impoundment order from Judge Bev. We shall go through together. So I'll pop that up on the screen and I will move myself right up the top there, see if that works. I don't think. Anyway. Okay, so this is Judge Bev Cannone's order of impoundment with regards to the jurors on the Karen Reid trial case. The Supreme Judicial Court has recognised that the safety of jurors is crucial to the fair functioning of the judicial system, and that the justice system owes them the highest degree of vigilance for their personal safety. This case has garnished significant and divisive attention in Massachusetts and across the nation. The trial was live streamed on local and national broadcasting channels. The proceedings continue to be daily subject of commentary on various social media platforms. I don't know what she's talking about, really. No idea. People associated with the case have been charged with intimidation. This court acknowledges that the names of impaneled jurors who rendered a verdict in a criminal case must be retained in the court file and made available to the public. The jury in this case did not render a verdict. However, the court concludes that there is a real and present risk of personal harm to the jurors and to the integrity of their service. Consequently, the court finds that good excuse exists to impound the list identifying the names of impaneled jurors in the trial of this case. Now, if you recall a couple of videos ago, we were going through, or when the mistrial was declared, there was a concern that we had that the jurors on the case may have felt intimidated by Brian Albert, particularly because of his presence in the courtroom during closing arguments and his community strength participation, but his overall persona, basically, given that he has been, on Boston's Finest and has been in high levels of law enforcement for his career in Canton. So it was my thoughts that the jury could possibly be intimidated by him and his family and their connections, which would have led them to the option of having a mistrial instead of a not guilty verdict, because the repercussions could have been so extensive, because they've got to live and breathe for the rest of their lives in that small community. So it could have been a factor that in my opinion, I thought it could have been a factor in why there was a mistrial declared. And it seems that there is a real possibility now that they have been concerned about this. The text in David Iannetti's affidavit yesterday stated as such that they felt that they had felt intimidated by Brian's presence at the courtroom, and it's not on. This just further emphasises the extent of the corruption and the damage that's done in this district, in this county. And unfortunately, it's taken, Karen Reid to expose this, because none of them thought that she was going to fight it. None of them. They were hoping that she would take a plea and it would all go away. But it's the fallout is starting to appear, unfortunately. Welcome all in. Thank you for joining us. All right, let's get to the next one on this order. So this is the third page of Judge Bev's impoundment order. So we go back to the court further concludes that there is a risk of immediate and irreparable injury should the list be made available to the public at this time. See the Uniform Rules of Impoundment Procedure, which we will go through after this. This order shall expire 10 days from the date of issuance, unless otherwise ordered by the court for good cause shown, pursuant to Rule 3B of the Uniform Rules of Impoundment Procedure. So we'll go through both Rules A and B. Next. All right, so she has officially declared that the impoundment order is for 10 days. And according to the rule, the first rule of the impoundment is under motion and how allowed. So an ex parte order of impoundment may be issued by the court without prior notice, only upon either the filing of a written motion supported by affidavit in the manner provided in Rule 2, or by the court sua sponte, and only upon a showing that immediate and irreparable injury may result before a party or interested non-party can be heard in opposition. The court may conduct an ex parte hearing prior to issuing an order. Now, we have had the motion. The motion was filed yesterday, the motion to dismiss, and we have Alan Jackson's and David Yanetti's affidavits in support of that motion. So whether I think now that there is an impoundment order in place, I think Bev will. It gives me the impression that further investigation is warranted, and there is a real and present threat to the jurors for intimidation, coercion, manipulation, whatever you want to call it. So, will she launch a post-verdict inquiry? I believe that she will. I believe wholeheartedly that she doesn't have any other option. Hello, good morning, AJ. And I've got a little message for you. Just a second. Un momento, per favor. Yay! Congratulations! Woohoo! 1,000 subscribers. Good job. Good job. Good morning, Bob. Good morning. Congratulations, AJ. That is an awesome achievement. That's really, really good. I was so wrapped. And I popped on this afternoon and had a look and went, woohoo! She did it. So enjoy. So you became a nana and got 1,000 subs in July 2024. Good for you. Good for you. All right. Now, and thank you everyone for going over and supporting her too. That means a lot. It's fantastic. You won't regret it. Now, getting back to the job at hand, impromptu rule B. This is the rulings for the impromptu order. So an impromptu order can be made for a limited duration of ex parte impoundment orders. An ex parte order or impoundment shall include the date of issuance, and the clerk shall record the filing of the order on the docket and store the order with the underlying materials. An ex parte order or impoundment shall expire 10 days from the date of issuance, unless otherwise ordered by the court for good cause shown. So that's why in her ruling, she only did it for 10 days. You're welcome. Surprise! Did you have a look, or did I surprise you? All right, let's have a look at the third one. After the court has ruled on an ex parte motion for impoundment, the movant, unless the ruling was sua sponte by the court, shall serve a copy of the motion, supporting affidavit, and any other related documents on the parties and any interested non-party. The court shall provide notice of an ex parte order or a sua sponte order and the scheduling of any subsequent hearing. The court has discretion to order that certain notice requirements be withheld for good cause shown. And the last rule was motion to modify or terminate an ex parte impoundment order. Any party or interested non-party aggrieved by an ex parte order may file a written motion to vacate or modify the ex parte order. The motion may request a hearing not fewer than 2 days from the date of filing. Any motion to modify or terminate an ex parte order shall be accompanied by a certificate of service that notice has been provided to all parties, any interested non-party, and any other person nominated by the court. So that is a big load of legal jargon for me that I have no idea what means. Oh, really? No, when I go onto your site, it says 1K. 1K subscribers. It does. Maybe it just needs to update at your end, but I swear I'll take a screenshot of it and I'll send it to you. No, it definitely says 1K, which is awesome. Right. So have a look at this. This is from today, and there's a compilation of news and the Canton select board meeting. Let's have a look.
Officer with ties to the Karen Reed investigation is now on paid leave. Officer Kevin Albert is the brother of the owner of the home where John O'Keefe was found dead. The Canton police chief says that Albert was put on leave related to the testimony of Trooper Michael Proctor, the lead investigator during the Reed case. Interestingly, Albert was put on leave back on June 13th, but it only came to light tonight. And now the state police union is defending Trooper Proctor, saying they are, quote, disappointed that he was suspended without pay for his inappropriate text messages revealed during the trial. WBZ's Tammy Mutasa explains this new fallout from the closely watched case.
Tonight, it's a hot topic in Canton, police practices, and of course, Trooper Michael Proctor, plus a bombshell announcement about another law enforcement officer connected to the Reed case.
I haven't broken any laws. No, you're picking and choosing who to report.
In the midst of the drama over time limits at the top of mind for Karen Reed supporters at the Canton Select Board meeting, it's town policing and the murder case lead investigator, Trooper Michael Proctor. He's now been suspended without pay after sending offensive texts about Reed to his colleagues, family, and friends during the investigation.
He deserves to be terminated, and we need to rid our policing systems of all Michael Proctors.
During the meeting, though, a surprise announcement.
Chief Rafferty has placed Kevin Albert on paid administrative leave while an outside, and please be quiet.
The Canton police chief now says Kevin Albert, a Canton police officer and brother to Brian Albert, the homeowner where John O'Keefe's body was found, is now on paid administrative leave.
Kevin Albert was placed on leave on June 13th and will remain on leave until the results of the investigation are provided by the outside independent investigator.
And then a public apology from another Albert brother, Chris. He's a select board member and a witness in the Reed trial who had recent verbal arguments with people.
Despite the tremendous harassment, stress, and anxiety that my family
he had recent arguments with people. Do we all know who that was with? AKA Turtle Boy. Yeah, so just to recap on that, Kevin Albert has been suspended but on pay. So he's on leave with pay. And apparently that that commenced on the 13th of June, which was the day after Michael Proctor testified in the Karen Reed case. And now, because of all the conflict, well, Turtle Boy actually charged one of Colin Albert's employees with assault the other day because he'd gone down to CF McCarthy's for lunch and had an altercation with one of the employees out the front and has pressed assault charges. So this is why Colin is now apologising for said behaviour.
Extended family and I have been subjected to over the past 16 months. My interactions were inappropriate, and as an elected official, I am held to a higher standard.
Yes, meanwhile, the state police union is defending Proctor, saying in a statement in part, the decision to suspend him without pay pending the outcome of the investigation is disappointing because it shifts Trooper Proctor's punishment to his young family. His children will lose access to benefits such as health insurance.
You have to understand that some of the conduct is in direct violation of department rules and regulations. So things like sharing state police business is a violation.
Todd McGee is a retired Massachusetts state trooper with 24 years on the job. He says it's still the union's job to defend Proctor, but he offers this insight on the process for disciplinary actions.
The department has high expectations of all of its members to have the utmost integrity and to maintain that level of confidentiality about police business, especially in a high.
Chief Rafferty has placed Kevin Albert on paid administrative leave while an outside, and please be quiet, while an outside independent investigation is being conducted relative to his actions in a case he investigated with Michael Proctor approximately 2 years ago. Kevin Albert was placed on leave on June 13th and will remain on leave until the results of the investigation are provided by the outside independent investigator.
AKA
As, many of you
FBI.
know, I've had 2 recent verbal altercations with members of the public outside of my role as a select board. Despite the tremendous harassment, stress, and anxiety that my family, extended family, and I have been subjected to over the past 16 months, my interactions were inappropriate. And as an elected official, I am held to a higher standard. And I understand that the residents of Canton expect public officials to always conduct themselves professionally and focus on the business of the town. I apologize for my recent reaction and will refrain from any further public incidents that are unbecoming as a member of this Canton Select Board. Thank you.
Now, do you think he sounds very sincere? Because I don't. Yeah, boo-hoo. I've been harassed. I wonder why. Yes, I don't think he sounds very sincere at all. And I'm not surprised about, not surprised about Kevin. And the tendrils are starting to spread. The domino effect is happening. Yep. And it's just going to go all the way up the ladder. You watch. All the way up. But what concerns me the most is the juror safety, basically, for Bev to do that impoundment order. I don't think she would have really liked, it wouldn't have been right on the top of her agenda. And because she would have to admit that the jurors are actually in imminent danger. So not a good place to be. So it was apparently, just to recap on yesterday, it was one juror that spoke out directly to Alan Jackson, who contacted him and said that they had the entire 12 of the jury members had unanimously decided a not guilty verdict on counts 1 and counts 3 on the charge sheet. So count 1 was the second degree murder, and count 3 was the leaving the scene after causing death or injury. So that's what the motion to dismiss was made on, because to retry the case with those 2 charges would affect double jeopardy, the double jeopardy clauses, because you cannot be tried twice on the same charge. Now I've got another little quick update on what's going on in Canton, and then we can throw over to a few comments and a few theories, if you like, some opinions. Happy to have them in the chat. And then we shall move on. Let's have a look at this one.
NBC 10's Erin Logan. She was at tonight's meeting that was very contentious. She's joining us live there in Canton with the latest developments. Erin.
If you want to have a look, it was actually a shit show. The Canton Select Board meeting. It was on that last. Hang on, we put it back up. So the Canton Select Board meeting just there.
Canton police officer.
Canton Select Board. Thank you.
Pause. So CantonCommunityTV.org. Or on YouTube is the Canton Select Board. You'll be able to see that on there and watch the whole thing. One of the actual public, gets kicked out because she got she went over her 3-minute time limit. She went over it by about 30 seconds and wouldn't listen to them. So she got removed. It's ridiculous. And play.
Erin.
Well, Priscilla, the biggest revelation is that Officer Kevin Albert has been placed on paid administrative leave since June 13th. His brother, Select Board member Chris Albert, also.
We should have a poll. Who's next? I think Bukaki. Yep. Felix. Yep. Yuri Buchanik. He's next. He's next on the list to topple. You wait. Let me know who you think is going to be next in the chat.
Also issuing a public apology, as you mentioned. But before all of this, a lot of heated public comment.
The investigation and the evidence collection was gross incompetence at best.
It started out calm.
Does the chief recognize the missteps that have occurred?
And quickly turned chaotic.
Take your hands off.
Speakers going.
That's the lady that went over her 3-minute time limit and got physically removed. Come on, you big sook. What do you want? What do you want? Mummy's watching court. I have a needy pussycat.
Going over the public comment time limit, getting heated. Most of the comments centered around the Canton Police Department's initial investigation into the murder of Officer John O'Keefe in January 2022.
Your chief of police, your select board members are part of a cover-up. And that's earth-shattering for townies.
Canton resident Jen O'Donnell is pointing the finger at select board member Chris Albert. He's the brother of Brian Albert, who hosted the party that turned into the murder crime scene of Officer John O'Keefe. He's also the brother of Canton officer Kevin Albert. Some news coming out about his status.
Chief Rafferty has placed Kevin Albert on paid administrative leave.
The reason?
Conducted relative to his actions in a case he investigated with Michael Proctor approximately 2 years ago.
That decision about Kevin Albert's status was made on June 13th. From June 10th through 12th, Massachusetts State Trooper Michael Proctor, who's now suspended without pay, testified in the Karen Reed trial. Proctor admitted to partying with Albert in July 2022, months into the Reed investigation. In court, defense attorney Alan Jackson read these texts Albert sent Proctor.
It's bad! Exclamation point, exclamation point. I was hungover for sure today! Exclamation point, exclamation point. But he left his badge in your cruiser after a night of drinking. Isn't that right?
Yeah. I think that is the reason why he's been placed on administrative leave right there. Leaving the badge and the gun in Proctor's car. Truth be told.
Yes. Back at the select board meeting, an apology from member Chris Albert over his 2 verbal altercations in public. He referenced the stress and anxiety his family has experienced over the last 16 months.
Somebody call a ambulance, because that's all I can hear is wah, wah.
Interactions were inappropriate, and as an elected official, I am held to a higher standard.
Some of the residents, despite the apology, feel so much damage has been done since the murder of John O'Keefe, a handful even calling for receivership of the Canton Police Department. Live in Canton tonight, Erin Logan, NBC 10 Boston.
Hello, baby. Oh, that finished quick. Remove. Yes, I'm with you, Bob. I think there's going to be a lot of people with a lot of things to answer to. A lot. So who's with me that Yuri's next in line? Or do you think maybe Tully? Or who else? I think even definitely eventually Brian, but I even think Lally. He's definitely involved in there because A, he knew about the flipped Sallyport images, and B, the taillight stuff with the video the other night that we showed that it had the white filter on the opposite taillight to show that it appeared that it was damaged. So, Lank, yes. They'll start from the bottom of the tree and work their way up. I actually got on to see if Sean McDonough had actually said anything with regards to these new updates, but there's nothing on his. Turtle Boy's got one that's just come out, and I couldn't find any more updates that didn't just repeat themselves, basically. But I'm thinking that there'll probably be an announcement. I don't think Bev's got any other option than to order a post-trial inquiry and have the jury come in, but I don't think she'll do it publicly. I think it'll be her and the attorneys, and kept as private as possible, especially now that there is this impoundment order, which is a big deal. It's huge. The wording in that is, it's scary. Can you imagine being a juror on there and, having this order say, it acknowledges that the names of impaneled jurors who rendered a verdict in this criminal case must be retained in the court file and made available to the public. Go back to the first bit. The justice system owes them the highest degree of vigilance for their personal safety. So she obviously realises that the court concludes that there's a risk of imminent and irreparable injury should the list be made available to the public at this time. Now, whilst in saying that, I think it might be, the what is it? The cart before the horse. I think that the horse is already bolted. I think that Brian Albert has already got all that information anyway. But if they can contain the damage, then that is better for the jurors. But it's still bloody scary. I would not want to be one of them. And, they weren't televised on TV, but every person in that courtroom for, 6 weeks identified them, saw them. I'm very, very glad that I wasn't one of them. Just saying. So, yes, I will keep you up to date if anything else pops up over the next couple of days, which I guarantee you it will. But in the meantime, I am in the background just prepping for the Madeline Soto trial. So this is Stefan Sterns, the stepfather, who is on trial for her unaliving, basically, and a lot of 60 SA charges. Now, they're doing the trial in two different trials. So today is a pre-trial hearing at 10 a.m. In Florida, which let me just see if I can find it. I'll show you this. This just shows you the integrity of the person that we're dealing with. Here we go. Share that screen. Stop sharing that. Present. Share screen. Oh, where'd it go? Lost it. Oh, hang on. Where'd it go? Come back. Yeah, that one. Window. Jody. Baby, come back. There we go. Is it? Nope. I've completely lost what I've done. There it is. Okay. I found it. Stop looking. Yes. So, Stefan Sterns, this is the man that he is. Waiver of defendant's attendance at pre-trial conference comes now to the defendant by and through the undersigned attorney pursuant to Florida Rule of Criminal Procedures 3.180 and hereby waives the presence of the accused at pre-trial conference. The undersigned attorney will appear on behalf of the accused at all scheduled pre-trial conferences. Now, he has waived this right every time. He has not even been able to face anybody on all of his pre-trial. It is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So yes, the pre-trial hearing is at 10 a.m. today in Florida, which is midnight for me here. So if they live stream it and I'm watching, I will be streaming that tomorrow. If not, I will be doing all the background info and a big presentation on the lead up and the background before the trial starts on the 16th, which is the unaliving. Yes, it's first degree murder, and it is a death penalty case as well. We've applied for the death penalty in this case. So the first trial will start on the 16th, and that is the first degree murder. And then the second trial starts on the 28th of August, which is the 60 counts of SA a minor. So it's not a particularly nice case, but Maddie Soto deserves to have a voice and to be heard. So that's what we'll be covering next. So I'm getting there. I'm getting all of my information sorted. So as I said, tonight is just going to be a brief jump on to say hello and to catch up with everyone. Are you streaming the Alec Baldwin trial today, AJ? Is that starting today? If you are, head on over to alternate juror 1. I will put her link up on the screen so that you can find her if you wanted to watch the Alec Baldwin trial that's starting today. She's fantastic, and you won't regret heading on over there. All right. What was that? Yes, opening statements are supposed to start today. All right. So is it 9 a.m. starting your time? Which is 11 p.m. here. So I've got a couple of hours to get in the shower, get in my jammies, and come and watch you. And where's Miss Gabby? She must be still in bed. I did start a bit early today, only because it's bloody freezing here, absolutely freezing, and yeah, I just want to be in a nice warm bed. The cold weather does not work well with arthritic joints, is all I can say. So, with that, let me just do one more. Yay! Yeah. I thought I may as well do it again because I made it and I won't get to do it another time. Only happens once. So congratulations again, sweetheart. So there's the link there for alternate juror, and she's going to cover the Alec Baldwin trial, and that's being in New Mexico. Did you see the Alec Baldwin trial? Any objections? The attorneys have to approach the bench. Yes, I did. I saw the. I watched it on AJ's channel. yeah, she's a hard taskmaster, isn't she? I must say, I do not like this judge. I don't like her for some reason, and I think one of the reasons is that the courtroom is untidy. She's messy, and it really bugs me. My OCD just, I don't know. Her desk is not. It's not tidy. It's just cluttered. It's my OCD. I can't help it. So, all right. Well, with that, my lovelies, stay safe. Oh, AJ, did I see a tornado warning up near your way? Is that near you? I was going through some of the news stations on YouTube trying to find where the live stream for the Madeline Soto case would be on, and yeah, I thought I saw a tornado warning up near Indiana. So hopefully you're safe and sound and snug as a bug in a rug over there. No answer. Hello? Hello? Okay. So I was right. Southern India had 1 or 2 touchdowns. Okay. As long as you're safe, that's all right. Good. And I sent an email. There was a case that is in your town, a trial that was in your town that I thought you might like to have a look at. Cool. All right. Well, thanks again for joining me. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for supporting AJ and her 1,000 sub quest. And with that, I'm going to try and find my outro and bid you adieu. Have a good one. See you next time. Bye.
Covering true crime and police arrest, where the judges move and the defense rests. Watching courts and trials, criminals at best, where the gavel drops and the defense rests. If you love true crime and you want the best, won't you find the time and the defense rest?